one of our hottest colors that we sell here at Reddick Brown Ford. First we saw Ruby Red in the Shelby F-150 lineup, then Rapid Red took over. This is the 2024 Shelby Super Baja F-250 in Rapid Red, a lifted truck and a color like no other. So let's start with the donor chassis. This is a 24 F-250 6.7 diesel high output version. This is a Lariat 608A equipment package with a lot of optional equipment. So hard loaded Lariat. Shelby's gonna do their standard treatment, which is the best in the business. Hood vents on this custom hood, all painted to match in that Rapid Red. You're gonna have your black stripe accent all throughout. Fully custom front grille with your raised Shelby lettering here. New custom front bumper for 23 and 24 model year with our LED light bar on the front. So a little bit new styling from Ford on our Super Duty trucks, and Shelby's gonna do their dynamic work on the customization. Smooth fender flares. I love this new accent. So you've got smooth fender flares on here. So this color is gonna give you a lot of pop with that molded kite type color, gray, black, Rapid Red, fully optioned out truck, hard loaded Lariat. We're gonna start with a BDS suspension lift. This thing is clearing 37-inch BFG KM3 tires, 20-inch beautiful wheel, Shelby center cap. So you're gonna have BDS suspension upgrade, Fox shocks, so adjustable Fox shocks with additional reservoir system in the front and in the rear. You've got your Shelby badging here on your fender vent and your Shelby lettering here on your rocker panel as well. Now the truck is gonna have your power, deployable running boards, amp research, gonna make it easy to get in and out of here. Just a quick step and you'll get in and out. Rock guards and LED lights. Now this is where you're gonna see some changes. New style chase rack, full size tires in the back. Let's go take a look. All right, so you've got your tailgate step option on the truck. And so in the bed of the truck, it is spray-in bed liner, and you've got two full-size tires and wheels mounted in the bed of the truck. Gonna have that 37-inch KM3 BFG tire and your 20-inch custom wheel. Your power actuated LED light bar on top does collapse down. It is for spotlight use only, so off-road use. All right, we've got our custom rear bumper, lighting in the rear. Your stripe does go all the way back to the back side of the tailgate, where you've also got your rear facing camera as well. Awesome new tail light setup from Ford, and our headlight system. Great new lighting that we've got. So we're getting a lot of technology lighting. You've got Shelby's brand, Fox's brand, dynamic, and our black powder coated exhaust tips on the rear. You're asking what kind of warranty we're gonna get. You're gonna still get the same Ford factory warranty, plus Shelby honors their product, stands behind their quality, 3-year, 36,000 miles. Let's take a look at the inside where you're gonna see it completely dressed up. So inside the cab, this is where, man, it's gonna, performance and styling is gonna meet luxury on the inside. So you got carbon fiber trim all throughout our new F-250 Shelby truck. So restylized front dash, really clean look, Bang & Olufsen stereo system. You've got heated and cool seats. You've got a 12 volt and a 120 right here. So if you need to charge your devices, computers, phones, you name it. This is a 4x4 option with selectable drive modes. So everything is right here for you. Ford has dialed in our build so great, so it makes it easy for you, whether you're just driving to work or if you're on the weekend, you're trailering all your toys, whatever gear you've got. Everything is easy to use. Your LED light bar on the rear for your chase rack, the button is right here. Plus your aux switches are going to be able to control some of your LED lighting with a few of those open if you want to add any other additional type of lighting or any other auxiliary setup. The serialization is done every year from Shelby. This happens to be serial number 75, so 75 out of the total production for 2024 on the Shelby Baja F-250 trucks. Our seat covers our newer style, so we've got new little red stitching with some of that black and gray contrast with your Shelby Super Baja lettering. Twin panel moonroof that I love. It's optioned out in all of these chassis, and your rear seats are covered as well. So style, luxury, performance, plus you got a lot of room in this truck. It is very comfortable to drive. You've got steering stabilizers from Fox. It is one of the best lifted off-road style trucks on the market. Plus, it has those iconic names, Fox, BFG, Shelby, and Ford. Listen, the most iconic name you need to know about, Reddick Brown Ford. We do things differently here. Offer the best experience that you can imagine. We want to hear from you. 615-397-3331. My name is Brock Patterson, Specialty Vehicle Manager here, and behind the camera, that's Braxton Patterson. We're here to serve you. If you have any questions about this truck or any others, 24/7, you can reach out to us. Check out our inventory online, reddickbrownford.com, or our social channels at Reddick Brown Ford. We had some special visitors this week from our friends at Gateway Bronco. They stopped by and showcased two incredible Bronco builds. Right beside me, this is a 2024 Ford Bronco built on the 1966 stamp. This is Brittany blue in color. It's the Lux GT with a 5-liter V8. And right beside me, prototype 001. Shelby Sport SUV, an incredible build, carbon fiber Recaro seats, Raptor R engine. This is a 5.2-liter V8 engine, supercharged. These are two vehicles you got to take a look.
so fucking cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, I'm Brock Patterson, National Specialty Vehicle Manager here at Reddick Brown Ford. And if you have any questions about these Gateway Broncos, you can reach out direct, 615-397-3331. Be sure to take a look at Gateway Bronco on their website, online on the social channels. These things are world class. Hey everyone, it's Brock Patterson here, Reddick Brown Ford, and we're in Carlisle, Pennsylvania at the All Ford National Show. And with me today, President Shelby American. This is an American icon himself, one of the most humble automotive legends, Gary Patterson, President of Shelby American. Gary, thanks for being here.
Brock, it's an honor. It really is.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So listen, we're going to go over the 2024 Shelby Super Snake Mustang with Gary. So my first question to him is, this looks like one of the best versions or iterations of the Super Snake Mustang. Gary, what was the genesis of this project?
Yeah, so Brock, you know, you're exactly right. You know, we've kind of, grown up with this whole thing over time. In '67, a Super Snake was actually kind of a GT500, but what made it super was you had basically a competition 427 engine in it instead of the 428 with 2.4s. So it was actually used for tire testing and kind of the next step above. And so when we came out with the Super Snake again in '07, right, virtually 40 years later, that car was also a Super Snake. So when the GT500 came out in '07, you know, licensed by Shelby to Ford, you know, it was an amazing car. It had 500 horsepower, and everybody's like, well, what are you going to do with that? Well, okay, so we put a bigger supercharger on it. We made 725 horsepower, and we did wheels and tires and brakes and suspension, and we made this thing so that, you know, from 50 yards away, you knew you were looking at a Shelby, and you knew you were looking at something special, right? So that car has evolved over time, right? So, you know, since '07, we keep kind of up in the ante and, okay, what can we do to make it more special, better, you know, and this is that car. So let's walk around this thing and talk about, you know, what is different in content with this car versus all the other Mustangs you'll see, because this is Carlisle, Pennsylvania, right? Correct. You know, they'll have 3,500 cars here probably today. Right. Beautiful weather. I know they set a record here a couple of years ago. We had over 500 Shelbys here. Oh, wow. And we had, which also set a record for anyone, you know, brand or club and stuff like that. And, you know, but 3,550 some cars here at Carlisle. So it was the biggest event they've ever had for cars here in the fairgrounds, which was great. Wow. But that being said, so I think this will be remarkable. But, you know, as you can see, a lot of people modify Mustangs and trucks and things like that. But when it comes to high performance Mustangs, what's going to take the S650 Mustang and take it to that next level? That's just like knock your socks off, right? So we changed a lot of the content in this car. So well, let's talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So eye test. So the first thing we notice nowadays when buyers are shopping for new vehicles, they're looking for that eye test. So what stands out, if you're looking at this front quarter, what stands out for you for the eye test?
Okay, so you're exactly right. So when we started to, you know, design this particular car, we sat down as a team and said, okay, you know, what do we want to do with this S650 that goes, yeah, that's really a nice car, but, right? Let's just take that to the next level. So let's look at this car. Right from the front three-quarter view, you see a lot of eye candy right away. But we don't want to just change, our objective wasn't just to change the look of the car, we wanted to also change the function of the car and make sure that if we put, you know, a scoop on or something like that, it had a function behind it, right? So that's what we did with this. So if you look at a stock S650 and then you look at this, the first thing you see is an even more aggressive front end, right? What you see here is a very aggressive front end with a lot of airflow pieces in it, right? So it's got that Shelby design look with the kind of the angled front end and so forth. So when you look at that car, you know you're looking at a Shelby even from 50 yards away and not somebody else's. So if you also look, there's room for coolers in there. There's air ducts in here where air intakes, you've got two air intakes now, one on each side underneath the hood. So you look at that. You look at the front splitter and diffuser and those kind of things. So that also helps keep the car on the ground and it keeps that air moving where it needs to be. And it also prevents the lift. When you look at this hood, the same kind of thing. So this is our own carbon fiber hood, right? This is our own front fascia, our own grille, this is all new Shelby stuff. But the Ford guys helped us with this as well. This was kind of a design kind of thing that we had from the 60s. If you think about it, Brock, you close your eyes, guys, and go, okay, what was cool about the Shelbys? What made them win in the 60s? It was air through the nose, comes through the radiator, back out over the hood, like a GT40 or a Daytona Coupe. So we beat Ferrari in 1965 and won the world championship with a Daytona Coupe, basically with a car that Peter Brock designed that had air coming in through the nose, going through the radiator, out over the hood. You're seeing a lot of those designs like that the last 10 years, or they've been the last 60 years, right?
Right.
We've been
right.
there, right? But now it's coming to Mustang as well. We also got some hints from the Ford engineers, and we said, okay, you guys have a wind tunnel, we don't, right? Or they have at least the access to the wind tunnel. We say, okay, if you were to design this, you know, a little bit more aggressively, you know, for whatever reason you didn't, where would you put extra vents? And they said, we put them in this area right here, right? So this would be where we would put it. So this is the right location aerodynamically, but it's also very functional, okay? So, and it's the Shelby design. So it's a Shelby design, but the Ford guys helped us with that and said, okay, we put them right here, which we think is great. So when you look at this hood, yeah, you see it, right?
Yeah,
it's badass right out of the gate, but it's also very functional. So it's not just a pretty face, it's not just a sticker, it's functional. The other things that you have is like these fenders. Oh, by the way, these are our fenders too. So we designed not just a hood, not just a front fascia, a grille and all that, but we went with the carbon fiber front fenders that are also wider. So we could make this a square car. What we mean by that is we put 305s all the way around, right? So
nice.
You can, you know, so you've got that. But you've also got some venting here in the fender, and you've got some, you know, exit here. So these fenders not only look great, but they've got a function for bigger tires, bigger wheels, and airflow. So they look badass, but they also have a function. What else they're doing is they're showing, the other things you see right here are these wheels. These are Shelby design wheels. They're magnesium, okay? What is magnesium? Why is that so important when you look at a performance car? It's rotational mass, it's unsprung weight. So it's not just weight, it's those two key components when you're talking about wheels that really set this car apart and make it, again, much more functional. If you also look a little bit, we've got the stock Brembo brake calipers, but we've got a different rotor on it that we partner with Willwood on, and then we've got a brand new snake logo that we designed just within this last year. Makes that snake look a little bit more aggressive, right? Yeah. So that's what I see when I first look at this thing, and when we designed it from a front three-quarter view, which is critical. Man, you look at that, and then you look, okay, we keep going down the line, right? You got these side rockers. Again, very functional, but it also sets the car apart, right? Yeah. So,
so you talk about, we've got a lot of carbon fiber components. We've got the new magnesium wheel. So I'm assuming we're going to have lighter weight. We're going to have increased acceleration and cornering, right? What's that going to do for the driver? What is the driver experience going to be like when they get behind the wheel?
Well, you know, I think that's a great question. So why don't we look under the hood and talk a little bit more about that, right? Let's look at the meat and potatoes behind this thing right while we're here. Come on, there it is. So very lightweight. So we talked a little bit about, before we get too far into the engine, let's talk a little bit about this hood. So when you look at this hood, these are all the vents. And you're like, well, gee, Brock, I'm going to drive this car every day. If it rains or whatever, you know, this is going to cause a problem in here. We got rain trays that go here, so if you're driving it most of the time, you put those on, right? And then you can drive the car in weather.
Sure.
But if you're going to go to the track, if you're going to go to the car show or something like that, you take those things out.
Right.
And that's where you get the functionality of it. So let's look a little bit more here in the engine compartment, because you ask about the driving experience. Yes. Well, a lot of it has to do with what's right here. So you got the two air intakes just like normal, and this is also, you know, we keep the hats on, we've got all the emissions compliance stuff, so it'll be 50 state legal, runs on pump gas, you know, so all those kind of things, and compliance is good. But with an engine, you know, 5-liter engine, what are you going to do to make that work? Well, the Coyote engine is probably one of the best engines out there for, you know, air in, air out. When you think about an engine, it's an air pump, right? Yeah. More air in you get, more power you make, right? Air, fuel, power. That's what it makes. So this baby right here, 5-liter engine, 3-liter supercharger, twin screw, so it gives you instant throttle response. There's no lag, there's no waiting. You get it right now, right? But in addition to that, compared to many other superchargers, this one has a much larger surface area.
Sure.
So with the intercooler, it gives you much more repeatable performance. So if you're out on a road course, it's not going to heat soak nearly as quickly as most, because you've got a lot of surface area in there with that supercharger. You got a large throttle body that feeds that air in there. Okay, and then so that makes over 830 horsepower.
Wow!
Right, and then we've got it's an animal. It's just it's just, and you think, okay, well, it's just a number.
Yeah.
Well, then you get it behind the seat, and it's more than a number.
Right.
This thing is real.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you got to be careful with it.
Yeah.
Because as good as these Michelins are that we put on this car, the Michelin 4S's. If it's a cold day, just be careful.
Sure.
Right? Cold day, cold tires, cold pavement. We get some of that here in Pennsylvania. You got to be real careful with it because it'll come out from under you.
Yeah.
Serial number. So this has a unique CSM Shelby serial number. Okay. So this will say 24 Super Snake. So it'll be 24 SS and then 3 zeros. And this one happens to be 2P. So it was the second prototype that we built, and that would go in the Shelby registry, and it would be tied to the Ford VIN number that's part of the car's manufacturer to begin with. So that way that protects that investment that you've just made in this Super Snake. Then we also have, while we're standing right here, we have the adjustable caster camber plates. So from the factory, caster and camber are not adjustable, okay? So caster pulls that suspension back, so when your wheels turn, it actually leans this way, and camber is this, right? So this gives you adjustability here for that front suspension. So you can also tailor that way depending on your driving. If you're going to drive it all the time on the street, you're going to set it up one way that's good on tire wear and it tracks nice and all that. If you're going to do like nothing but autocross with the car for a day, you adjust those things. You might want to put a little toe out in it. So then the car becomes more darty, but the turn-in is more crisp, and you add that negative camber. So if you could look at the guys that do, the severe autocross, road course work, maybe a little less negative camber for road course, but still more negative camber, right? So those kind of things are now adjustable. And we did talk a little bit briefly about the cooler systems with the larger radiator, intercooler, and so forth that you need with the supercharger, the engine caps here. And then we also talked a little bit about the serial number plate inside the car that you get right in front of the passenger. So if you look over here, that same serial number is there. Okay, once again, protecting the investment. Right, so even at higher speeds.
Great. So overall driving experience is new age here for this new S650, and then design elements. Right, we're talking about you all did not leave anything left to anybody to interpret. Your rear end design here, ducktail design, carbon fiber diffuser.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the rear end.
Yeah, we'll like it there.
So overall design here. So we're talking about the front end design. Now this rear end, I think this is where, when it came off the trailer, when it visited our store, obviously, it was kind of a oh wow moment. Describe this rear end.
Yeah, so we looked at the original design of the S650 and we went, what do we do with this, right? We've got to make this just badass. So we designed the wing, and we designed the wing in such a way that not only is it very functional, to keep the rear end planted, because now you got the front end planted, now you keep the rear end planted, now you get the whole car planted, right? So this wing does that. So it's got, it's actually raised a little bit here, which gives you a little bit more catching of the air coming over the roof, but it's also the way it's attached. You've got it on the deck lid here, not on this rear panel.
Right.
Because if you put it on the rear panel, then it tends to want to pull it.
Sure.
Like this. So we designed it so that doesn't happen. Right? So it's got a nice ductile spoiler. You got the Shelby, branding here, which tells you exactly what you're looking at if you don't know already, right? Like I said, 50 yards away, you can tell this thing, right?
Absolutely.
So you've got that, which clearly sets this car apart. Same in the convertible right over there. Still has this. You just don't have the big rear wing for that. And then the rear diffuser. It needed to look badass, but it also had to be very functional.
Right.
So when you look at those kind of things, you got that function of air, you've got the wing, you got the whole car planted now, so at higher speeds it's very much more stable. Then you got these 5-inch double dual exhausts, right? We worked again with Borla. Borla's been a great friend of Shelby for many, many years. You know, Alex and Carol were good friends, and you know, I knew Alex real well, and David's taken over with the company now, but in a lease. But that exhaust just has that sound, and we're going to start this car in a minute because you got to hear this thing, right? But the other stuff that you know, so that's the rear of the car, but some of the stuff you don't see is also very important, right? So let's talk a little bit about that. So like, you look at this, you may not notice also these hardened wheel studs.
Yes.
Right? When we were out developing our previous generation Super Snakes, we were actually at the track, you know, at the drag strip, because that's what we do. We were beating up on the Hellcat boys. They weren't too happy with us that day. But they actually won a race because the wheel fell off of the car.
Sure.
Because we were making so much power and we were hooking it up that it actually sheared the stock wheel studs. We're going, okay, we're not going to have that problem anymore. So this has hardened wheel studs, and the other things that we changed was the rear half shafts. They're rated for 1,500 horsepower. So there's a lot of stuff in this car that goes far beyond what you can see by the eye, and you know, stickers and little spoilers and stuff like that. This is a heavy contented car. Not that there's not a market for those that have, you know, some stickers and stuff like that, but with this one we wanted this to be truly a Super Snake, a set above, and that's what we've created.
So we've got the car planted and we've got all the power. We've got to get behind the wheel.
Well, we got to do that. In fact, let's take a look in the interior before we actually start this thing, and take a look at these seats. These seats have been reupholstered, right? Maybe we could just open that. And then you see the door sill plates. We got the and then you got you know, floor mats with Shelby brand on. We still have the plastic on it. You know, it's early prototype, but it's got like a snakeskin appearance to the seats.
And I noticed your stripes too.
That's right. That's right. So it's got kind of the Super Snake stripe theme. So that's a great item, man. And then, of course, the Shelby branding. And a lot of people think, well, I'll just recover my seats. Well, it's not just that easy anymore, right? We've got a side impact bag, right? Airbags in the side, so you have to have seats with the proper materials, with the proper stitching and everything, so that airbag continues to still deploy just like it would on a stock car. So you've got all your safety requirements, you got your emissions requirements. So this car, as badass as it is, it's still, you know, very compliant with all those things.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What do you think?
No, I love it. Yeah, let's fire it up.
All right. We got to get the key. It's got to get close enough. So let's see what we got. What do you think, Brock? Huh? So we wanted a sound that stirs your soul.
Good.
I think we've done it.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. So, Gary, the beautiful thing, we're going to start to see production starting
probably late June.
Late June, available at select Ford dealerships across the country, limited to 250
domestic cars.
250 domestic cars. And the great thing about this product, right, as a dealer and for you as a consumer or fan, there's a warranty included as well.
Yeah, 3 years, 36,000 miles.
And one of the great things about it, there's a certificate. It's listed in the official Shelby registry, right? So a lot of things go into overall ownership of it, right? It's not just a car, right? This is a Shelby Mustang, right? Totally different.
Yeah, and so when you go, you know, years later, when you go to some of these auctions, you know, Bear Jackson and Meekum, and, you know, there's a host of others, and you look at the results, okay, that go back to the 60s, or even some of the newer cars. You look at the results and you're like, wow, the top sellers, Shelby's always in there somewhere,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Which is cool,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, special.
It's very special.
Very special,
Very
very special. And listen, so we've been with us here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We're with Gary Patterson. We've got one more question to ask. It's like asking, who's your favorite child? If you were to spec out your 2024 Shelby Super Snake Mustang, coupe or convertible?
Okay, so for us right now, we've got a really cool convertible. So we would get a coupe.
Okay.
We'd probably get this color.
Okay, rapid red.
Yeah, but we'd probably put black stripes.
Okay, black stripes.
So that's probably the difference that we would make. But before doing that, I would have to confer with my wife, of course, you know. But she's got a Highland Green 68 GT500
Oh,
KR,
nice,
so
nice,
we might have
nice,
to get a different
nice,
color. I don't know yet.
Nice,
But
and
the good
manual,
thing is,
automatic.
oh, I got to have a manual.
Exactly,
right?
we knew that answer.
We got to have a manual, and my wife drives, you know, manual. She drove one here, so
Yeah,
so it's
perfect.
pretty cool.
Yes.
So yeah, we could do that. We like the manuals, but it's fun.
Yes, so available in, you've got Atlas Blue, we've got Rapid Red, Race Red, Oxford White, Shadow Black, right?
Yeah.
And am I missing any? I think that's it, 6.
Yeah, anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's good.
Yeah, so limited color selection, limited to 200 available here domestically. This is one of the best product releases I've seen, period, and Shelby leveled it up in 2024. Gary, thanks for your time,
Yeah,
my
thanks,
friend.
man. Just
Appreciate it.
250 of these things domestically, and then a few for the overseas market, and that's for this model year. So then next year we'll be able to build some more.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
man.
do it. Thanks for your time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Sadly, we are not going to see Avalanche as a color offered on the 2025 Ford F-150 platform. So this is going to be the last year that we're going to see this on the Shelby F-150 trucks. One of the hottest colors that we've seen since it was originally introduced in 2017 on the Ford Raptor chassis. Avalanche, a beautiful mixture between white, gray, a stunning color. This is it on the 2024 Shelby Super Snake F-150, 785 horsepower, black stripes, black wheels, dynamic combination. And what we love most about the Shelby product, official serialization out of Shelby American out in Las Vegas. So you get a piece of history with every purchase, 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, bumper to bumper on Ford components and on the Shelby components. Peace of mind, great warranty, great support here. So this is their lowered street truck, originally introduced in 2017. And now available here on the 2024 platform. Avalanche, beautiful color. It's gonna pop off all the black and gray accents all throughout the truck. Full replacement hood, dual intake, functional. You've also got your hood vents here. Stripes are gonna run all the way from the front chin splitter area all the way to the backside of the tailgate. So you're gonna see this honeycomb insert that's on the front grille. So we've got this new restyling in 2024. Snake emblem here, so you got the beautiful Super Snake emblem as well. New front end, so you've got slightly different headlight housing, so it's got a little more menacing look. It looks a little bit more muscular, clean design here. Replacement front bumper, and you've got your new design on your front bumper. Still got your chin splitter here. Awesome, awesome street truck look. And as you'll notice, you've got your supercharged lettering here. So we're in a state that does offer that. All of our trucks here at Reddick Brown Ford, they are supercharged. One and only Shelby supercharged design here. This is the authentic supercharged logo for the Shelby trucks. Everything's gonna be painted to match. You're gonna see your hood, replacement bumper, etc. You've also got this small fender flare on all 4 corners. Gives it a little bit of dimension to the truck, painted to match in Avalanche. And you've got this beautiful setup. You've got a Toyo Proxys ST3 305/40/22 tire. Awesome street tire, gonna get you some great traction. and some awesome highway driving as well, so you've got a comfortable ride and you're going to get great traction. 22-inch high gloss black wheel, so there is an option to do your black wheel and black exhaust, or you can do your chrome wheel, chrome exhaust on the Shelby trucks. Great setup, Ride Tech suspension combo with Fox. You've got your great lowering kit here on the trucks. Your badges here, your Super Snake badges, still gonna have that honeycomb design, so everything flows on the truck. You've got your Shelby lettering here, 785 horsepower graphic on the doors as well. You've got your power folding mirrors that are painted to match. Also, what I love about the trucks, they're 50 state legal window tint, so you've got some tint there. Rear glass is tinted from the factory. One thing that we do have also on the truck, you'll notice as you get in, very easy to slide inside the truck, in and out right here. So a lot of people ask about the comfort, ride quality, how hard is it to get into. This is a great option if you don't want that lifted off-road style truck. The Super Snake F-150 is for you. Tonneau cover that's painted to match, and it's gonna have your stripe all the way down the back side. This is a 5.5-foot bed. Does come with a key. Make sure this is flowing vertically with the stripes. That way you can open that up. You've got your carpet lined bed as well. So carpet lined bed, Velcroed in here. Some people take that out and they actually do some Line-X, but I say most people are gonna leave this carpet lining in. Keeps everything, all your valuables real nice and clean. Doesn't scuff or scratch the surface, so great setup here. Pull handle as well, makes it easy to shut. You've got your Shelby lettering here on the back side of your tailgate. You've got your trailer hitch as well. What I love the most, in 2024, new exhaust from Borla. It's tuned differently, better sound, and you've got a little bit different fitment here on your exhaust tips than you've seen before. You'll notice those are a little bit more snug than previous generations. This is where you got to hear the sound. You've got a 36-gallon fuel tank, and you've got your keyless entry and your key fob perimeter. That way, if you've got your key fob on you, just put your hand in, unlock the door. Let's take a look at the inside. So our cab inside our F-150, this is a 502A Lariat, hard-loaded Lariat chassis, so lots of optional equipment and a lot of things that do come standard on our Lariat chassis. So they're all built with the same spec, 502A Lariats, what we've seen since the beginning in 2016 when the off-road trucks launched. Seems to get us the most equipment without overdoing it, because we're gonna change out some components, both tire wheel setup and trim and leather. So you'll notice you've got your carbon fiber accents all throughout your trim. This really is a great looking design. Ford has cleaned up our dash, made it a little bit more elongated, as you've noticed, even for 24, slightly different. You're still gonna have all of your analog gauges here for your temperature, your volume, and this beautiful center stack screen, 12-inch plus center stack screen that's gonna have all your infotainment and everything digitally set up as well. But finally, we've got our heads-up display for 2024. You'll also notice your digital cluster here as well. Speed sign recognition, adaptive cruise, lane keeping assist, all right here at your steering wheel so that you can do all your commands. You'll notice you've also got your drive modes, your selectable drive modes right here by your right knee. You've got your billet racing pedals that are adjustable, so you can make a lot of those adjustments here, forward and backward. And you'll notice that we've also got our collapsible center shifter. And in this case, this truck is optioned out with our work surface, so you can actually do some work if you're out riding around. If you need to do that, you've got it. A couple of different cup holders here and a giant center console as well. Now it's got the Bang & Olufsen upgraded stereo system. Sound quality is absolutely amazing. So you get some rich, pure sound. If you're an audiophile, you've got some great sound that you're gonna get either through some streaming, Bluetooth, whatever you got loaded on your devices. You get some great music. Also, you've got your Sirius XM radio, free trial subscription there. Lots of channels for you to use. Now, what I love most, we've got our upgraded Shelby leather seats. You've got that black and red piping there, Shelby lettering on the back, and you've got your headrests that are perforated. Again, there's some stereo speakers inside the truck that you've got. Twin panel moonroof, love that option. It's a great option. It's that time of year you can get some great cool fall days that are coming up. It's a great time to open that up. So you've got a tilt option and you've got your sliding glass as well. Your rear seats, those are also going to be covered and they're heated. Our front seats, heated and cooled. And you've also this year, we've got our heated steering wheel is back along with our heated side mirrors. So overall, our cab, I think is best in class. The Shelby truck is absolutely upgraded. This is where you're gonna see what the value is in the trucks because listen, these badges, this is not accidental. Shelby takes pride in doing their serialization. They do the registry out in Las Vegas. That way you know you've got an authentic Shelby F-150 pickup truck, Mustang, whatever they're building. So this is serial number 59 on the street truck. You're gonna have a badge here on your center console, and we're also gonna have one under the hood. Let's take a look there and see where all this power is coming from. So under the hood, we start out with Ford's 5-liter V8 engine, 10-speed transmission, and we've got Whipple's new upgraded supercharger, 3-liter supercharger, powder coated in Ford Racing Blue. We've got our oversized carbon fiber intake, high flow air filter. We've got upgraded throttle body, spark plugs, fuel injectors, all labeled and identified here in the engine bay. That way you can get all your service done at your local Ford store, or if you're near us, we'd be happy to service your vehicle. We've got maintenance schedules, information related, so you can be, so as an owner, you've got all that information at a glance. The telephone number and email address for any type of warranty support. Again, this is best in business, hands down. They take a lot of pride in providing a great quality product, and they back it with a warranty, no games, no gimmicks. Shelby, a leader, an icon in the automotive industry. Avalanche is a color that we're not gonna see next year. Now's your chance to grab this one or any others here at Reddick Brown Ford. I'm Brock Patterson, National Specialty Vehicle Manager here at Reddick Brown Ford. Be happy to help you out, answer any questions. You can call or text 615-397-3331, or if you want to email brock.patterson@reddickbrown.com, and be sure to check out all our social channels, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, at Reddick Brown Ford or at Brock Patterson. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time. Listen, we finally got the release of the 2024 Shelby F-150 Off-Road Edition. This is Rapid Red, black stripes. This truck is now 785 horsepower. I'm Brock Patterson, National Specialty Vehicle Manager here at Reddick Brown Ford, America's #1 Ford Performance and Specialty Vehicle dealership, and we're America's #1 Shelby F-150 and F-250 truck dealer. So you're gonna notice that same signature front end look from Shelby on this off-road edition truck. You're still gonna have our upgraded dual intake ram air hood. You do have your hood vents here on top. Honeycomb insert and design. Now this is the beautiful Rapid Red color. It's a maroon, a dark port burgundy, beautiful color, one of our top sellers here. Black stripes that are gonna start, front bumper, all the way to the back side of the rear tailgate. Now, where you're gonna see some of the biggest changes and designs here on this front end, it's a beautiful new front grille and headlight housing area here. So different style. We love the new upgrade. You've got the Shelby Snake badge here on the front grille, and here on your front bumper, you've got your new integrated front bumper design, honeycomb insert along with your Shelby lettering. You're gonna see just a slightly different style here in 2024 on that front end. You're not gonna take away from the look. It is absolutely dynamic. So to give it that off-road rugged style, you've got a BDS suspension upgrade and your Fox shocks, your dual speed control shocks on here. They're dialed in for everyday driving. You can make the adjustments if you need to, depending on your driving style. Now, what you're also gonna see, BF Goodrich, we've seen those along the way since the first iteration in 2016, all the way through 2024, BFG all-terrain KO2 tires. Now, wrapping these beautiful 22-inch high-gloss black wheels and our new Shelby center cap, our new design and our new logo from Shelby. It's gonna make it a little bit more modern and cool. Now, on all four corners, you're gonna see our painted to match parts. This is where Shelby dials it in over all the competition. So painted to match, rapid red, fender flares, all four corners, and they're gonna give you this new fender badge, Shelby F-150 Off-Road Edition 2. Now, the core chassis is a 502A Lariat equipment package. You're gonna see some this year that have the black appearance package, which is gonna change out some of the slight designs that are gonna be factory, and you're also gonna see the chrome package as well. So they're gonna paint those parts if needed. Now, they've got the side mirror spotlights like we've told you before. So this is the side mirror spotlight in action. They're power folding mirrors as well. So you're gonna see your Shelby lettering here right along the rocker. So Shelby lettering, and you're gonna see that 785 horsepower. Again, new tuning, awesome new transmissions. This performance is out of this world. Keyless entry pad makes this easy for you if you've got to get in and out in a hurry. Also, you've got your key fob integration where you can have that in your pocket on yourself, get right into the truck. Easy access with our power deployable running boards, makes it easy to get into, drops down pretty low with your rock guards and your LED lights. So think performance, think utility, think comfort, ease. This is the truck. And so we've got a 36-gallon fuel tank. You're gonna need it in this truck. You've got your 3D badging here, a little bit different style from Shelby with your 3D badging. Tonneau covers are going to be standard on the black appearance package. You're gonna see painted to match, rapid red, black stripes, tonneau cover, locks. You got your carpet line inside, so it makes it easy to use. Tailgate, lightweight, powered, folds down, so you've got your carpet lined, Velcroed in, full utility inside the box. Easy to close. Now, the one thing I want to make sure everybody knows, make sure if it's unlocked, it's going to run vertical with the stripes. If it is locked, it's going to run horizontal, and then you're going to also want to lock it with your key. So on the rear of your tailgate, you're going to see your stripes, just like I said, all the way down to the back side of your tailgate. You've got your Shelby lettering here on the side of the box. You've got your Shelby license plate bracket. What we've got new for 2024, they've been able to use the rear bumper. So you're going to notice the exhaust tips sit a little higher because this is metal here on your rear bumper. So that exhaust tip is going to sit a little different. Now, the biggest change that we see in 2024 when it comes to exhaust in Borla, they have tuned this a little bit differently. The sound is out of this world. You got to listen to this. Now, for utility, for those of you that want to use your truck and drive this thing daily, which many of you do, you're going to see you've got your trailer tow package and your hitch here. So you do have that option in the F-150 off-road edition. So trailer tow package and your hitch. So let's go inside the interior. Let's go in the cab and take a look. We've got a couple of new different restyling that we see in 2024. All right, so inside our cab, we've got a lot of room from Ford on our F-150 chassis. And as many of you know, we've got our new redesign on our front dash that we got back in 2021. A couple of new restyling difference. We now have heads-up display that's standard on this truck. I love our new heads-up display. You're gonna see the Ford emblem light up, and then you're gonna see your miles per hour, your temperature, and your time on the heads-up display. Now, leather-wrapped steering wheel and carbon fiber all throughout the front dash, so the styling of this is absolutely plush. You've got your B&O upgraded stereo system, so the sound quality is state-of-the-art. Front-facing camera, rear camera as well. You've got your temperature gauges here that is analog, and then you've also noticed something back for 2024. We've got our heated steering wheel as an option. Many of you that are in climates that need that option, it's back for 2024, so many of you are going to be pleased. Again, heated and cooled seats. So it's a 4x4 chassis, so you can select your drive modes as well, so you can make those changes right here by your knee. That'll shift into the different modes that you need to be in, and it will also auto-select what four-wheel drive, two-wheel option you're going to be in. So a lot of intuitiveness inside our truck. You've got utility, style, comfort. Our upgraded Shelby leather seats are also awesome. You've got the integrated red Shelby lettering, the honeycomb design that's kind of still integrated into the seat. They're perforated for the cooling, and your headrest also have perforations because there is a speaker inside the headrest. So rear seats are also covered. Overall, this is a beautiful chassis, twin panel moonroof, lots of options for 2024. This is the truck. Now, you're gonna notice, again, the exhaust is gonna sound a little richer, a little bit more throatier response. So they've got that from Borla, and they've also got the new generation Whipple supercharger that we're going to take a look under the hood. All right, so you've been wanting to take a look under the hood. This is Ford's 5-liter V8 Coyote engine. This is what we're going to start off with the donor chassis, 10-speed transmission. Now, we've got the latest generation Whipple supercharger, powder-coated Ford Racing Blue. What we're going to see, we've got oversized carbon fiber air intake tube, throttle body upgrade, fuel injector, spark plugs. Now, what's new this year is you're going to see a new transmission tune. So the truck is now tuned to 785 horsepower, a lot of low-end torque. It's going to accelerate quickly. The response is immediate. This is a new driving truck that we've got for 2024. You're going to see an improvement, exhaust sound, front end, engine performance. 2024 Shelby F-150 off-road, 785 horsepower. This is rapid red. What an absolutely gorgeous color, and available at Reddick Brown Ford. Call or text me 615-397-3331. You don't want to miss out. Listen, we're America's #1 Ford performance and specialty vehicle dealership. Every Friday on YouTube, we've got a new video that's going to drop. You're going to love some of this new 2024 inventory coming.